Guys, we are back right away, once again, with the continuation of our last video. I'm going to up the volume a bit, and what I'm also going to do is I'm going to up the dialogue volume. I've realized I'm probably pissing a lot of people off, especially you audio facts with a Q, who are like, I can't hear the dialogue, so I don't understand your jokes. You're supposed to be watching the video. I'm trying to waste your time visually, not just auditorily, okay? That's what they call engagement. You got to get engagement these days. You don't get engagement, you don't get the money. If you don't get the money, you can't get the women or the femboys or whatever you want. In any case, we're here watching this guy slowly kill himself against these things. We're going to let him be our sort of tank here. And if he causes a crash by shooting something I've paralyzed, that's on him. I'm going to try our best to dispatch with these little golems as quickly as we can, yes. Is there any more of them hiding? Okay, it's just these guys here. I can't even tell which ones have been paralyzed and which ones have just been affected by poison. The problem with skeletons in this game, too, is they're reasonably accurate, at least in the remaster, where if you try to poison them, they're resistant to most poison effects. I think blunt is actually the best way to counteract their skeletal nature. So let's use an item we got earlier, by chance, the Amulet of Axes. I've been wearing the Necklace of Swords, which has the same reflect damage effect, but my blunt is not mastered yet. So I've been interested to try and see if the blunt necklace will make combat viable. I don't think it will. I think you still have to basically use stealth at this point to have any real tangible effect on these things. Like, again, even expert difficulty is just it's not balanced. One of the best mods out there is the one that brings back some semblance of the difficulty slider, where you can adjust things beyond, you know, a sort of 20% interval system, which is what they have now. It's 5 difficulties, which is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I mean, in the original game, you could literally go to 42% or 58 or whatever you wanted. I remember loving that and hating it at the same time until I found the right balance for myself back when I first played this. And I think when I first played it, the sweet spot for me at sort of an endgame position or for an endgame build was somewhere around 76 or 78%. So if master difficulty in this version of this game is 100%, I would have been slightly below expert, or below where expert is in this version, which, you know, again, you can see the frustration manifesting in the modding community, where people are like, hey, this system fucking sucks. I played the original. You know, go fuck yourself. Why did you ruin it? You know, the system was fine as a slider. I just think that, you know what I think the ethos was? I think that the developers of this remaster thought people are too stupid to be gifted with a slider, because they'll put it in one position, they'll put it at 100 and think they're a genius, and then when they don't immediately win, they'll blame the game or the system instead of blaming their choice. They'll blame something external instead of something that they had actual control over. So it's sort of an underestimation of the not intelligence, but the maturity, I think, of the user base, or the player base rather, of this game, which is kind of sad. I mean, you know, I can see why they would do something like that. They're profit motivated, obviously. That's logical, that makes sense. But, you know, when you're remastering a game from 2 decades ago, you really have to take into account what people thought the game did well 20 years ago, even if an entire generation has passed and people have a different expectation for video games, you still have to take into account the mechanics of the original and why they might actually work better than existing mechanics, or why you could at least give people the option, you know? Here's what I would have done. See this difficulty slider here? What I would have done if I was remastering this is I would have had this difficulty level menu. I would have had it branch off somehow into two choices: legacy difficulty and modern difficulty. The legacy would be a slider that goes from 1% to 100%. The modern would have been this system of 5, but I wouldn't have made it a system of 5. I would have made it a system of 10% increments. I would have made it a system of 10 difficulties. And again, there's a whole like philosophical fucking discussion about this. It sort of got sparked by Dark Souls, where people said, well, it's good that there's no difficulty slider and you just have to man up. And then other people were like, well, I'd like at least some choice. What the original Oblivion did was it punished you harshly for not planning your leveling. And at the same time, it gave you a kind of monkey's paw of, well, you could turn the difficulty down to 2%, but then all your choices are meaningless. Or you could turn it to 98%, and all your choices are meaningless. It had a very unique system of difficulty that I'm sure exists in other games that I've never played, but at the time in 06 when I played Oblivion, there was no game that did that. Okay, bone arrows. Find me in a few hours. Okay. Do I have to actually give you the bones? I collected a whole bunch of them, man. Where are they? Did I automatically give them to you? Hold the fucking phone. The bone shards aren't used for the arrows. Okay. Alright, I guess we just had to kill the Skeletrex and his bone brigade from I Think You Should Leave. I guess we just had to do that. Okay, I thought that'd be longer. I thought we'd actually have to go into the temple and fight some real shit. I guess that's for later. Can we still not get in here? Can I pickpocket a key off of you for getting in there? I really want to get in there. I want to get into that temple early if I can. Fuck you. Aha. Ooh. Ooh. Can we just take your...
Filthy pickpocket. What did you pickpocket? Pickpocket. Pickpocket. Thief.
You fucking bitch.
The game doesn't want me to give you the arrows for another 5 minutes.
You fucking asshole. Okay, you know what? Saving an invisibility pot just for this occasion. See if that helps our chances here. I just want to see if I can get extra arrows from him.
What do you think you're doing?
I think I'm trying to pickpocket you, you fuck.
What do you... Somebody help. Come quickly. We've got a burglar.
Oh, God. Okay, never mind. It's not worth it. You better give me like 100 arrows at least. The guy's got like 200 on him right now. If he gives me less than 200, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, God. How long do I have to wait for this? Why would I have to wait in a few hours? Okay. All right, we'll wait 3 hours and see if he's got the arrows by then. His house is back behind here, I think. Can we even jump over this? With some effort, I guess. Okay, his house was like around here. Yeah, it's like the first one down from the steps. Here it is. I think. This one? Which one is it? Sheldon. It's this one, isn't it? No. Where the fuck is this guy's house? Is it behind the inn and I was just turned around this whole time? Probably. No, it's just tracking him. Okay, fuck it. Let's just wait. Let's wait 3 hours. Okay, where is this fucker's house? Oh, he's behind where I was looking. Okay, he's before even this tower. Okay. Alright. You better have my arrows ready, man. Then I'm gonna kill you and take the rest of the arrows off your corpse. If we can actually do that, that would be awesome.
Keep your finger. Somebody.
Ah, you fucking asshole. Does everyone in this expansion have 100% pickpocket detection? I've succeeded in 1 out of like 6 pickpockets, and I'm 100 sneak. I'm more than 100 sneak. What's our sneak level right now? 110.
Do the bones talk to you?
Yeah, I'll talk to you with my bone.
Bones are ready. Let's go kill the
20 arrows. Bro, you realize we're on expert difficulty here, not novice. Okay?
Let's go.
So, here's what we're gonna do. I want more arrows. I don't even think I need them. I just want them. So we're gonna make sure we get them here. And I really do mean we. I mean you and me. Because you will die if I don't succeed. I guarantee it. You're gonna give me some of these fucking arrows, man.
Take it. It's worthless to me anyway.
Okay, great. How many arrows do we have? None. Okay. Is this just bugged?
Take it. It's worthless to me anyway.
Okay, I guess we can't take the
What
2...
do you think you're doing?
You fucking asshole. This is so fucked, man. The thieving in this is not correct. Bug report for Bethesda? Okay, you know what, bro? What if I tell you to wait?
Need to get through.
Wait here, fucker.
The bone.
Hurry, my boner is on fire. My cock's on fire for more dick. Okay. Let's try thieving him from up here. Let's see if that works. Alright, 18.
Filthy pickpocket. What did you take?
Nothing, you can't even see me, you fuck. Oh my god, okay. They've clearly coded the NPCs in this to have a different response to pickpocketing. I have not had this level of a difficulty or lack of success with pickpocketing. Okay, there we go. We got 36. Did those actually register in inventory? Oh, they're a different kind. Oh, isn't that convenient? Okay, we really only do get 20 shots. Well, I'm keeping the ones I fucking pickpocketed from him then. Jesus. What a waste of time. Fuck me. Okay. Nice. Todd's like, well, make sure that you can't pickpocket extra arrows, even though at this point you probably would have invested time in pickpocketing or you wouldn't. And we don't want to reward you for that choice. So we'll just make it a different type of arrow that only he can give you. And he only gives you 20 of them. Haha. Fun times. Alright. Do we have the right arrows equipped? Yeah, we do. Okay. I'm probably overestimating the difficulty. It's going to take 2 shots to kill this thing, but I can't. At this difficulty, I've had random mobs take an inordinate amount of time to kill. Okay, am I just supposed to go for it? Just supposed to fuck with him? I guess so. Alright. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Alright, well, they nerfed it then. Okay, cool. At least I get one of my arrows back of the 5 I used.
So,
managed to kill the gatekeeper. Pity. Well, you'll now be able to enter the realm proper. One leads to the lands of... You'll want to seek out...
Mania and Dementia. I mean, I'm not going to ask you about these things. That would just be a spoiler.
Only we could speak more often.
If only we could speak less often, you fop. Alright, these guys are going to have garbage loot on them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just steel crap. Alright. Well, guys, we got 2 gates to go through. Dementia or Mania. I'm thinking we go through Dementia and then Mania. Since, I'd rather die with Mania than Dementia. Dementia is far more horrifying. Mania, at least you have some fun. Dementia is just hell. So, what are we doing here? Where are we going? Is this Dementia or Mania? What is this? Entrance to the... Okay, yeah, let's go through here first. The key to Dementia! Ooh! Okay. Oh, there he goes. Our icy-eyed friend. Wish him good luck. He's on his own now. Damn. Gotta say, this looks a lot better. It's understatement of the fucking past few months, but man. This is like an update of my memory of what this looked like. This is good. Oh shit, is there 2 copies of him? Was that a doppelganger of him? Coming from the other gate? Yo. What the fuck? If that's true, if there's 2 versions of him, that's crazy. That's nuts. So, okay, this is the... Alright. This is the gate we didn't go through. This is the Mania gate. Right? I still don't remember if we have to do one of these at a time or if we can do each one on one character. What if we go back through this gate this way? The Mania gate. Does which gate we came through last affect our dialogue options and quest options? That would be really interesting if that was true. I doubt it is, but I could have sworn I saw 2 versions of that guy just now. I mean, it's recorded, so... Anyway. Alright guys, this is going to be a much shorter video, I think. I don't know if I'm going to do much here. We should probably just rush to New Sheoth and not discover locations, because that's going to take way too much time. Let's just do that. Let's just rush to our objective here. We've got the spring heel boots. We can just jump through all this shit. Okay, we'll check this chest. Nothing in it. I'm just going to be yeeting over the terrain here. Let's just do the trademark Oblivion janky mountain climbing here. I mean, really, this is just Scotland. The Shivering Isles are just Scotland. That's this reminds me of immediately. It's the optics of it. It's like, yeah, of course Scottish people are insane. Everybody's insane. Scottish, Irish, English, Polish, Finnish, Danish, Arabic, Jewish, Russian, Chinese, Filipino, Indonesian. We're all insane. Every human being is insane. That's why we're here. Ooh, hey, we can walk across the water. Ooh! Oh shit, there's a fucking ghost. May as well talk to him. Or her. Not feeling talkative? That's fine. Talk to you later. TTYL, my spirit friend. This is why we leveled athletics and acrobatics, is so I could do this type of shit and get away with it on stream, because it doesn't take me hours and hours and hours. It just takes me minutes and minutes. Okay. Shouldn't take too much longer to get where we need to go. Yeet! Let's meet up with Shale Gorath. Let's have our first meeting with him, and that's how we'll end this video. That's a good way to end things. See, all this boring shit, it's been build up. It's what makes the penultimate confrontation have meaning, is you had to get through a bunch of boring build up. You had to slog through it. If you didn't have to go through that, the final meetup wouldn't have any meaning to it. Also, there better be a fucking secret behind here. Oh, there it is, crystal chest. Oh, I need the Jigalag key for that, or whatever the fuck it is. Okay. Here's Shale Gorath's palace, guys. Here we are. First time I've been here in 20 years. Kind of puts some of the cities in Cyrodiil to shame, but again, he's a Daedra, so... You know, of course he does. Lorkhan's dead, you know. He created Mundus, but... You know, he's kind of gone. Mundus has kind of been decaying, whereas this place is thriving. You know, insane as it is. At least it's alive. Also, hello, my friend. You're looking horrifying. How you feeling?
Mad God's blessings. The Mazkin guard Crucible in New Shea. We ensure the demented remain orderly and respectful of our Lord Sheogarth.
So it's an elderly home, is what you're saying.
Sheogarth is our Lord, ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his whim that the Mazkin walk, and we serve our master to the death.
But I mean, if this isn't Mundus, then you guys don't really die, do you? Don't you just get resurrected? Do you become mushrooms after you die, and then you gotta work your way up through frogs back to whatever you are? I don't know the rules here. I don't think you know them. I don't even think Sheogorath knows the rules. I think that's the point.
The Shivering
The
Isles
blind god.
is a reflection of our Lord Sheogarth.
Divided yet perfect, like the two hemispheres of the brain. Notice that there's two different ways to navigate the Isles. I would prefer there were 9 different ways. I would prefer a brain with 9 or perhaps 8 hemispheres. Kind of like an octopus. Kind of seems like the more options you have, the more resilient you are as an organism to evolve. It's just my opinion. Nothing to do with this game, guys. Just me going off on a tangent. Doesn't mean anything. Alright, so let's go ahead and confront our Scottish Lord. Our McIntosh, McCleary, McLaughlin, McLachlan, Buckley, Hunter, whoever the fuck he is. Let's get in there. See what there is to see. God damn, I remember this courtyard. Holy shit. The crystals. Oh my god, the lighting too. The reflection of the parapets, that's great. Oh, that color. Whew. Good job with this, man. This is a good remaster. Just got to enjoy this. Blue and red. What could that symbolize? There he is, the man himself. I gotta save before this. I may have to enjoy this on my own later. There's a tree above him. Alright. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna crank the volume here. We're gonna turn the music down. And we're gonna appreciate this voice acting here. We're also gonna shut off subtitles, and I'm just gonna let old Sheogorath speak for himself, I think. Just give me a moment to find the setting here. There we go. Okay. Alright, here we go.
A new arrival! Shame about my gatekeeper. I'm so happy I could just tear out your intestines and strangle you with them. I suppose an introduction is in order. I'm Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, and other things. I'm not talking about them. You've probably figured that out by now. Let's hope so, or we're in real trouble. And out come the intestines, and I skip rope with them. But perhaps now's not the time. You've made it this far, farther than anyone else. Well done. Take this trinket of mine. Perhaps it will serve you well, or look lovely on your corpse.
See, the reason I like this guy is unlike any other Daedric prince. He's honest. He's not fair, and he's not sane. But at least he's honest. Honesty's the best policy, they say. Or if I'm going to parrot him, honesty's the best policy, they say. And the other things he's a god of. He's a god of militant, fascist, Nazi-esque order to a degree that is cosmically incomprehensible, where everything has to be made of crystal, or it's not. It just gets destroyed. It gets deleted. That's his alter ego. His alter ego is this hyper-militant, inhuman, anti-life, unliving, non-living, fully material, endless fractal order, which is Jiggalag. For those of you who are Elder Scrolls 4 fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. The rest of you will think I'm babbling. Look it up. I love this expansion because I think it exposes the one true duality of this reality, which is order and chaos. The funny thing about that, though, is that it's not really a duality. Of course, there's chaos in order. Unbounded order becomes a boring nightmare. Unbounded chaos becomes a pile of shit that's also equally boring. The funny thing about this expansion is that this character right here, he's not fully committed to chaos. And Jiggalag isn't fully committed to order, because Jiggalag's order always collapses, because it's temporary, it shatters, it's too brittle. Sheogorath, for all his flaws, his madness endures longer than his alter ego's order does, because madness and chaos have a mutability and an adaptability that order doesn't have, and that's why they always win. Because they can adapt and change and morph and mutate. And order can't do that. Order's too brittle. It's too stubborn. Anyway, see what else he has to say.
I've been waiting for you. For someone like you. For someone other than you for some time. I need a champion, and you've got the job. Time to save the realm. Rescue the damsel. Slay the beast. Or die trying. Your help is required. A change is coming. Everything changes. Even Daedric princes. Especially Daedric princes.
God, he looks so sad when he says that. This guy's a dungeon master. And he's begging the player to play his game in order to help him.
Daedra are the embodiment of change and permanency. I'm no different, except in the ways that I am. The Grey March is coming, and you're going to stop it. The details aren't important, at least not right now. Eternity is on a rather tight deadline. We'll get back to that later.
Eternity's on a tight deadline. Fuck, I love that line.
Now, you run an errand for me. An important one, of course. Anything I tell you to do is important. My realm, my rules. You're going to Zedilian, one of my favorite spots in the Isles. It's a little place I used to take care of unwanted visitors. And some are more unwanted than others.
This is a Gnostic tangent most of you won't get, but I don't care. In Gnosticism, God is called Sophia, and the Demiurge is the ruler of where we are right now. Middle Earth, Hell, reality, whatever you want to call it. Sheogorath is a great representation of the Demiurge because you would have to have a sense of humor if you were aware that you were this. And you would also have to know that you were only an aspect of perfection that had separated itself from perfection, not because perfection rejected you, but because perfection was bored with its own order. Perfection was bored with its own order, so it had to make this. Sophia had to excrete the Demiurge to not be bored. And what Sheogorath in this narrative is tasking the player with is he's saying, you have to keep things fun and interesting. That just has to be. It's a part of the entire fabric of everything. There has to be some randomness, some fate, some chance, some disorder for order to exist in the first place, number one. And number two, if order could exist without that, it would get bored anyway and create disorder to entertain itself. Order would create disorder just to have fun. Right? So this I love this expansion, man. I love the symbolism of it. It's so good.
The gatekeeper takes care of most of the unwanted, but he's dead. We'll have to remedy that soon as well. Anyway, there are those that have other ways into my realm, and they're on the move. We don't want them here. Trust me. So, you're going to get Zedilian up and running. Here's a little book to tell you how. And the Attenuator of Judgment. You'll need that too. Of course, you can always get more details from Haskell. He's a detail-oriented type of person. A big help. And a snappy dresser. Now, get going, before I change my mind. Or my mind changes me.
Oh, man. Speaking of snappy dressers, I would love an outfit exactly like this. At this point in my life, wearing this, I should grow the beard too. I should stop shaving and grow a beard like this. Ace. This would be... goddamn. My nostalgia from playing this game. It's taking over my brain. Let's keep talking to this guy.
Really, no need to trouble yourself with the details of that now. It would just cloud your little mind. What is important is getting to Zedilian. New Sheoth. My home away from places that aren't my home. The current location is much better than some of the prior ones, don't you think? Yes? Speaking to me? Well, I'm he. He's me. And others as well. Or they were, weren't they?
It's disturbing to me how much what this guy says makes sense.
The Isles. The Isles! A wonderful place.
The Scottish Isles!
Then it's
Guinness!
wonderful. Good for a visit. Or for an eternity. A little busy here. trying to decide what to have for dinner. Oh, how I love eating. One of my favorite things to do. Talk to Haskell if you need more information. He's got more brains than a brain pie. Oh, brain pie. Perfect. Care to donate?
No, I'm good, man. I think we're done with this video. We're done with this little chat here.
You can go now. Run along, scoot.
All right, guys. Well, Shale Gorath's trying to chill here. Let's let him rest for a bit. Thank you for watching. This is going to be the end of this video. There will be many more videos to come. I underestimated how big this expansion was. I'd forgotten how much content there was here. So I'm going to have to do some kind of grindy, repetitive shit off camera, and then I'll come back and make a video. But, you know, it's not as if there's an epic high demand for these videos. I'm grateful for that. I can take my fucking time. So, as always, hope you're doing well. Hope your loved ones and friends are doing well. Drink some water. Get outside. Look at the sun for a bit. Maybe it burns your skin a bit. It's worth it for the vitamin D. Okay? And, as always, stay sane, but not too sane.